Well, howdy there, amigos. My name's Chuck the Chuckwalla, the toughest lizard in this here desert canyon. Today I got a tale that's juicier than a cactus after a rainstorm. It's about a fella named Joseph, and how God helped him do something mighty hard: forgive. So grab your hats and hang on tight, cause this ride's about to get bumpy. Now Joseph had 11 brothers, but let me tell you, they weren't always kind. They were jealous of Joseph, cause he was their dad's favorite, and had fancy dreams from God. One day, those brothers did something terrible. They threw Joseph into a pit and sold him to strangers heading for Egypt. Joseph was far from home, missing his family, wondering why life turned upside down. But here's the kicker: Joseph didn't give up on God. He trusted that God still had a plan. And boy, howdy did God have a plan. Joseph went from prisoner in Egypt all the way up to being second in command, riding in the Pharaoh's chariot, helping save the whole land from famine. That's like going from cleaning the barn to riding at the head of the cattle drive. Years later, Joseph's brothers came begging for food, not knowing the man in charge was their very own brother. Now Joseph had a choice: get even or forgive. He could have said, "Remember what you did to me? Time for payback." But instead, Joseph's heart was full of mercy. He told him, "Don't be afraid. What you meant for harm, God used for good, to save many lives." That's forgiving bigger than the desert sky. The Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 1:9, God called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace. And that's kind of like what ADRA does. They believe God's called them to serve people everywhere, bringing food to hungry families, clean water to thirsty villages, and even schools for kids who need to learn. ADRA shows God's grace by answering His call to help. And Jesus said in Matthew 6:14, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." And that kind of reminds me of ADRA too. Just like Joseph forgave his brothers, ADRA shows God's forgiveness and love by helping folks who've been through tough times, rebuilding homes after storms, caring for families after disasters, and bringing hope where it feels like there ain't none left. So partner, what about you? Has someone hurt your feelings? Maybe a friend didn't share, or a brother or sister was mean. You've got the same choice Joseph had: hold a grudge, or let God help you forgive. Joseph's story shows us this: when we forgive, we open the door for God's bigger plan. Forgiveness frees our hearts so we can love like Jesus. So next time someone does you wrong, remember Joseph, the man who forgave big and trusted God even bigger. Well, looks like it's time for old Chuck to scuttle back under the desert rocks. But before I go, here's the trail marker I want you to remember. Forgiveness is powerful, and God can use it to bless many people through you. See you on the trail, amigos.